at 50 miles an hour. Perfect.
Steve and Adrian see their wedding as the start of a beautiful friendship. In fact, from where they're getting married, they can see just about everything. Then meet two lovers who have absolutely no fear of heights and wedding plans that aim to prove it without a doubt. This is what you call a wedding day high.
Well, Molly's just one of the most intelligent, caring, loving persons I've ever met in my life. You know, we were buddies long before we ever got together. We knew each other for years and years, just as friends. So when we got together, it was just perfect. And it's been like that ever since. So. Early morning night.
Some people would think we're crazy, but we sing to our cats, make up little songs, and just be silly most of the time.
Mm-hmm.
Molly Winter and Rick Armijo are less famous for their cat serenading than for the way they fell in love.
We met on the net for 2.5 years, and we didn't meet in person until about 3 years after talking to each other. And then we finally decided we'll meet, and we both knew instantly. We both knew this was it.
She proposed to me. She did. The thing came up, and I typed back to her. I said, "That sounds like a proposal." And she said, "Well, I guess it is." And I said, "Okay, well, then I guess I accept." That's the way we did it.
Had they not met on the internet, they might have crossed paths in the hard rock scene. Rick touring the South with some extreme rock and rollers, and Molly fronting a punk band in her native North Carolina. On the other hand, they might have bumped into each other at 10,000 feet. They sing together, they fly together. It's no wonder these two lovebirds landed on the same branch together near Albuquerque, New Mexico. For young Michael Armijo, coming to terms with Dad's wedding is made a little easier by a family outing on the world's longest gondola ride. Never mind their high-flying wedding idea, Molly's mom was surprised she flew the coop.
It was over our dead bodies, but she did it anyhow when she moved out here. We gave him every reason she shouldn't do it, but she was old enough to have her own mind.
In-laws always face a sharp learning curve.
They've had to learn about me putting green chili on my steaks and things like that, you know.
Yeah, the food is very different. He never had Yankee pot roast.
That's right.
The view from 10,000 feet is the perfect rehearsal for tomorrow's wedding, which was whose idea?
Well, Molly came up with it first, because we have the balloon festival here in Albuquerque every year. So there's hundreds of things flying around every year, and of course you get kind of fixated on that. So I've always wanted to go ahead and get in one, and just seemed like the perfect segue, you know, to go ahead and have a lot of fun with the wedding.
A hot air balloon wedding sounds like fun until you learn that departure time is literally at the crack of dawn, and that you have to learn how to save yourself in an emergency without a parachute.
Bend your knees and lower yourselves all the way down in the basket as low as you can get. You can get lower than me. Come all the way down. Bend all the way down and then lean toward the front of the basket. Okay? If you're standing above the basket, you can get tossed right over. It's very important we keep you with the balloon. You catch all that?
Oh, yeah.
That's important.
Rick's first out of bed on his wedding day, and for good reason. He's got a reputation to repair. On his very first rendezvous with his email bride, he slept in.
When I landed at the Tulsa airport, he was late. And there was about 15 minutes of, oh my gosh, what have I done? I'm stranded here in a strange airport in Tulsa. Maybe I should just try to find a hotel room and a flight back. And then in here he comes, and we recognized each other. We had sent pictures of each other back and forth, and he was just like, oh my God, I overslept. And he thought I would be so mad, and that would be the end of it, but I just laughed, and I said, no, I'm just glad you're here.
Oh, yeah. We have gathered today here on this glorious day to witness and to share in an occasion both sacred and joyous. Sacred for these two people are pledging to make a combined life effort in holy matrimony. Joyous, for it is a public affirmation of their love and commitment to one another and to their children. True marriage is the holiest of all earthly relationships, yet to be complete, this marriage first needs to be spiritual. Though this wedding is taking place in the air, this marriage is grounded in Rick and Molly's mutual love and respect for one another. Rick, will you take this woman whose hand you hold, choosing her alone to be your wedded wife? Will you love her, comfort her, honor her at all times, and be faithful to her?
Yes, I will.
Molly, will you take this man whose hand you hold, choosing him alone to be your wedded husband? Will you love him, honor him, comfort him at all times, and be faithful to him?
I will.
Airborne wedding vows aren't enough for an old entertainer like Rick. He's got to take it to another level.
Shady Grove, my little love, Shady Grove, I say. Shady Grove, my little love, I'm bound to go away. Cheeks as red as a blooming rose, and eyes of the prettiest green. She's the darling of my life, prettiest girl I've seen. Shady Grove, sweet as brandy wine, and there ain't no girl in this whole world prettier than mine.
With this ring I thee wed,
With this ring I thee wed,
let it forever be a symbol of our love.
let it forever be a symbol of love.
By the authority vested in me by the laws of this state, I now promote you husband and wife. And you may seal this marriage with a kiss. Very, very great pleasure to present to you Mr. and Mrs. Richard Armino. And everybody about face and watch the view.
That's about all you can do in a basket built for 11 people. That and blow off a bit of hot air yourselves before the captain turns off the jets.
Give a hand to the captain. Yay.
Okay, 1, 2, 3. over and push, keep pushing, everybody lean forward. Yeah, ladies in the basket, lean forward.
There's a snake down there.
No, it's no snake. For the rattlers. Nice and easy, see that?
Shady Grove, my little love, Shady Grove, I say. Shady Grove, my little love, nope, I'm gonna stay.
All right, you can get sick. You can drop your rings or your corsages or your sermon.
A champagne serenade in a hot air balloon? Well done, Rick and Molly. Now, meet a groom who promised his bride an even more spectacular wedding day. Promises, promises.
With this ring, I promise, and give to you, the love,
Climb every mountain. That's Steve and Adrian's motto. And they're flying in from Brantford, Ontario for an unparalleled winter wedding panorama atop BC's Whistler Mountain. But as they arrive, the weather is socked in. What is it, winter or spring? It's neither. It's the mushy month of March.
Adrian and I have done a lot of traveling, so we knew that it was going to be a lot of work coming out here. But definitely, we believe it's worth the journey.
So we'll slide along the side here.
The journey for this trip has been a tad stressful. Loading 15 different pieces of luggage is quite trying in itself. Having 3 children and a 2.5-year-old daughter who didn't want to sleep on the plane was very trying. You had a couple of bumps in the road, but you just have to roll with the punches and not get too stressed about it. Just try to keep that energy high, not worry about the small things. Don't sweat the small things.
The small things can obviously take care of themselves. So can Adrian's other children, Bailey and Spencer, and 2 close family friends. Very close, it turns out, for the 2-hour drive to Whistler.
Okay.
We made it! Bye!
Conventional weddings don't really do much for me. I love going to other people's, but for me at this point in my life, I'm looking for more excitement. I'm looking for something different. I like to be outside of the box.
Breaking with wedding tradition is one way out of the box, but this Snow White wedding wasn't her idea.
Actually, it was a friend of ours at our birthday party we had for her, Angie Robinson. And we were talking about places to get married, and she said, why don't we do it in Whistler? We come out here every year for a ski trip, so it kind of suited us just right.
And they obviously took me up on the offer. We come here every year. We come here every year for one of our annual ski vacations, and either Adrian, or Stevie and Adrian come. Always fun. A lot of friends come, so.
We need the excitement in our lives. We were going to get married back east, and neither of us were doing anything about it. It just wasn't exciting enough for us. As soon as we decided to get married in Whistler, we booked the tickets to come out and organize it. This is just right. It feels right. Our list for today is I need to find a dry cleaners. Because my dress needs to be steamed. We need to get the tuxes fitted. We need to get the marriage license. And I need to find some flowers. I'm going to leave it to the last minute.
For an inside perspective on this busy bride, here's Spencer.
I think she's like hyper and all that because she's really happy and she's always like getting ready and everything. She's acting like it's always the day of the wedding.
Good one. What about Steve?
He's trying to like ignore it, I think, maybe. And then just wait till the time comes. Because he's already out skiing on the mountains, so.
If he's on the mountain, she's not far behind. Seize the day while it's not raining. That's another motto.
We both value excitement. For this thing to roll, we've got to get something exciting, get something to get jazzed about. And I always called Steve my mountain man. And what better place to get married than the mountains?
Her sister Beverly has a place or two in mind.
You know, one of their choices was Greece, and I was all for that. It wouldn't be snowing in Greece this morning, I know that.
Nobody looked at us like we had two heads. We had thought about Greece at one time as well. And they looked at us like we had two heads then, because how many people are you going to think could make it to Greece?
We just have one small problem.
Are you okay? Yeah, we'll order a different.
Yeah, Adrian was like, she was supposed to send me she ordered 9.5.
What time's the wedding at?
It's at 2:30.
2:30? Okay, on Saturday, right?
Danielle,
Oh, that's
skiing
great.
down in Tiger tuxedos, you not worried?
Not too worried. No, I think they'll be fine. Yeah, you might need a little hat on your head and maybe a neck tube. I think you guys are going to be great.
Now, is that how his tie is
looks good.
supposed to go?
Yeah, it should be okay. And what's the bride wearing?
I don't know.
A dress?
Yeah, well, that's a secret.
Okay.
I don't know.
Awesome. Yeah.
What's also a secret is where you pick up a marriage license in this town.
Where are we?
In this resort village, the municipal hall is hidden in the back streets.
Right here.
This is it. We're getting married.
That's the plan. But tomorrow, this spring weather is scheduled to creep toward the top of Whistler Mountain and put a damper on wedding plans.
Oh, my goodness.
Wedding Commissioner Jenny Villard will be awfully disappointed if this $1 million vista vanishes from view.
You're looking right across there to 7th heaven. Is that good? Is that perfect?
How romantic.
The idea couldn't be more romantic. The forecast for tomorrow, however, is quite sobering. The good news is no rain for the wedding. Check out the bad news. Only a fool or a bridesmaid on wedding day would try to predict mountain weather.
We're calling for sunshine. So it's got about another hour of this, and then the skies are gonna just clear. It's gonna be beautiful up there.
This is not exactly the wedding day Adrian and Steve had in mind, but they're not deviating from plan A. Are you, Steve? How's everything?
Very good, thanks.
Not nervous at all?
A little bit, but not too bad.
Sure, Steve. The mountain's melting, your bride is a half an hour late, and the wind is picking up. Who do you think you are, Adrian?
She was very upbeat this morning and very excited. And she's calm. You know, her career is teaching people to be calm, and she's taught herself well.
Tons of time.
Not really.
I'm a bride. I think you're supposed to be a little bit late, aren't you?
It's fashionable.
Right.
Fashionably late.
Just need Ange. We're ready to go. There she is.
But she doesn't seem too keen on heading back out there into the blizzard. Wait for the storm to blow over, you say? Nice idea, except that the honor guard has to get back to patrolling the slopes, especially now that it's a total whiteout. Jenny, the wedding commissioner, says it's now or never.
The wind's died down to 50 miles an hour. Perfect.
You ever heard of a nice
It's not a pretty picture, but it's also not one anyone's going to soon forget.
Let's do it. We are gathered together on Whistler Mountain to witness the formal joining in the legal state of matrimony of Steve and Adrian. Steve and Adrian have expressed a desire for a lifelong companionship and a generous sharing of their health, and comfort that husband and wife have for one another, through whatever circumstance of sickness or health, joy or sorrow they may experience. Steve, would you repeat after me, please? I call on these present.
I call on these present.
To witness that I, Stephen Kenneth Tate.
To witness that I, Stephen Kenneth Tate.
Take Adrian Gay Ashworth.
Take Adrian Gay Ashworth.
To be my lawful wedded wife.
To be my lawful wedded wife.
A man of unconditional love. He just loves unconditionally. He's taught me a big lesson in life. He's a great man.
Well, a gentleman from Brantford and a lady from the very same place got married on a Saturday in this high and mighty place. So they asked their friends to join them, and we had to come and see. But the joke was on the wedding guests, because the only way down was ski, and it was skiing. Skiing down the slopes, yay, 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 yay.
With this ring,
With this ring,
I promise
I promise
and give to you
and give to you
the love,
love,
truth,
truth,
and faithfulness
and faithfulness
of my life in marriage.
Of my life in marriage.
Now, upon the authority vested in me by the province of British Columbia in Canada, I pronounce you husband and wife.
They came for excitement, and that's what they got, along with frozen hairdos, frostbitten fingers, and as many warm hugs as they can handle.
Before I kind of lived life by default. I didn't design it. And now that I know myself, what makes me happy and really trips my trigger, I live a life around that now. And excitement and doing things out of the box bring joy and happiness to me.
The view from the top may have vanished, but do you see them complaining? For these lovers, married life is no spectator sport.
You like the tux? You should have cost me enough. Yeah, how do we look?
You know what? It's a rental. We'll just step on the seat. Sorry.
I'm never gonna let you go.